Hi, good evening, everyone. You're watching a live broadcast with me, Priti Raichura, wedding planner and broadcaster. And I know I haven't been doing lives for some time, and that's just because things have been so busy for me. And I'm sure for those of you that are following me on my social media, you can see what I've been busy with. But today, being that it's World Music Day and World Yoga Day, I am so privileged to have with me once again Tanvi Shah live on my show. Now, let me see if I can connect with this beauty. Gosh, and I'll tell you something, this is between me and you guys. Her hair, oh my God, I can try all day long to try and get my hair like hers. I have no chance. Look out for that gorgeous hair. Obviously, pay attention to her beautiful voice and her gorgeous features. But her hair, oh my God. I'm going to try and see if we can get her on the show. Hey, Tanvi, how are you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm really good. A really warm welcome to you.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you so much for having me again.
Again, you know what? Like, I must emphasize this is by popular demand because Tanvi, last time you were on the show, it was about a year ago, and it was during lockdown, and it was great having you on then. But this time you're on because today is World Music Day, and of course it's World Yoga Day as well.
Yes,
And who
yes.
better than have you, an expert at both, on the show here today? So a very warm welcome to you all the way from India.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad.
Yeah. How are things in India anyway?
Um, we still have our lockdowns, and we're trying to get everyone vaccinated. And there's a lot of stuff going on. We lost a lot of the second wave was really bad, and we lost quite a few people. And we're struggling, but hanging in there. I think if you don't let the fear set in, we'll kind of float through.
Yeah. And of course, we are also victims here of the Delta variant that has also hit the UK, as you probably know. And
Yes.
but the vaccination program is going well, and as of today, Tanvi, you've probably heard, and we've been in conversation as well. The government is allowing weddings to go ahead with unlimited guest numbers, well, and that's of course based on the capacity of the venue. Um,
Oh,
so we have weddings back on. I mean, we did have them on for 30 people and for 15 people before that, but from today you can have bigger size guest lists. So
that's good.
it's good news for all couples that are going to be getting married. The unfortunate thing is receptions can't take place in the way we would like to see them take place.
No Sangeet?
Oh well, there will be some Geet because you're going to be performing at a couple of my wedding receptions, which we will go on to talk about. But yeah, unfortunately, there will be a DJ. There will be you
Of
virtually with
course.
us.
Yeah.
um, but most receptions are just going to have to be a seated meal with games and other forms of entertainment, so that
Ah,
people are still continuing to social
okay.
distance. Um,
Okay.
you know what? I'm really privileged to have you here today, and I'm just going to say a quick shout out to a few people that are also joining us. Thank you for all your likes and hellos to you as well. Sonal Dave is also joining us. I did mention Sonal Dave, an award-winning celebrant. She's joining us right now as well. So a very warm welcome to you. And you must be really happy as well, Sonal, that she's actually been on the show as well. That weddings are back on, not quite the way we would like to see them, but it's a step in the right direction. So warm welcome to you. We also have Nirmala joining us. She's been doing some grand, amazing work throughout the lockdown. Tanvi, she has been helping victims of domestic violence, women that have been stuck.
Yes, you did mention that. You did mention that, and we did talk about it. So hats off to you, Nirmala Bain. I mean, it's something amazing that you're doing. We've been even talking to someone in Africa and in Kenya, Nairobi, and all those places. So yeah, it's amazing. Whatever you're doing, it's needed.
It really is needed. And she's been really busy just doing that and doing some amazing work. So, she's been great. We have one of your big fans. I'm going to say this. He's just joining us as well. Shim Shima. Should I embarrass you by saying he messaged earlier to ask if you're single? Now, I'm not going to answer that. I did say you have.
It's for me to know and for you to find out. Let's put it that way.
That's a challenge. He's denying the fact he asked me that. You so did, Shim. You so did. And Shim is just like amazing himself. And thank you for joining us here as well. And we've got lots of other people. So a very warm welcome to all of you. Do say hello because I can't see who's joining us. I know we have quite a lot of people joining us, but unless you don't say hi, I don't know who's joining us. But Tanvi, over to you. What have you been doing over the lockdown period? What have you been up to?
Well, I think this year has been a little tougher than the last lockdown. Last lockdown, I was like, yes, I love it, and I'm like enjoying this. It's my me time, and I'm practicing my silence. But this year, I think it got a little, there was a little bit of anxiety. There's a little bit of fear. We lost quite a few friends and relatives, in about 11 or 12 of them, and wow. yes, and I'm so glad my grandfather, like he's 95, went through COVID. We couldn't find a bed. We had to make sure he's okay, and he came out of it. So I'm like so thankful. Wow. And now he's like, oh, I want to go to work. We're like, calm down, hold your horses.
Yeah. How did you say he's 95?
Yes, he's 95.
And he wants to go to work.
Yes, he still goes to the factory. He still works. Yes, but he's been like house arrest kind of situation. Yeah. So it's so difficult to like pin him down. So mom and I and my mamas and all of them were like, okay, who's gonna help me now? Yeah. But yeah, so things have been a little bit, on the edge. Yeah. And I think the only thing which is keeping me going is a little bit of yoga, a little bit of breathing, and just trying to stay afloat, trying to stay calm. It's easier said than done. Yeah. There are days when, I'm like, oh, it's too much. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just waiting and floating through the whole situation.
And I know last year, because I asked you this question last year, that what do all these random like times on your Insta mean? Like you
3:45, 3:12.
Yeah, and I was like, what is all that? And that's actually when you wake up to do yoga and meditation, right?
Yes.
So tell me more about that, because it's really important at this moment in time that everybody follows that.
Well, no. It's up to you. It's up to you to whether you want to follow that or not. But for me now, because maybe I'm used to it, I just like switch on at around 3:15. My eyes just open at that time, and then I can't go back to sleep. So I just get up and do my meditation and breathing, and I love that time period between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. because I tend to achieve a lot more. Mm-hmm. I tend to spend time on myself. I get to reflect and kind of go inwards and figure things out, plan my day. Not that I'm going out, we're staying home the whole day, but still it's like, you just need to figure out stuff. And I have more time to myself. So Now my Om chanting, I've kind of extended that. Om chanting, and then the just the breathing exercises, and then of course I have my Shambhavi Kriyas and Shakti Chalana Kriyas, and so yeah, it keeps me busy.
Do you do it for when you wake up in the morning? How long do you kind of sit in that, meditation position?
Meditation. Sometimes, like I don't sit in, kind of look at my keep time, but I can sit for about an hour and a half.
Okay.
I just let it flow. And sometimes I kind of stay there. So it's a very nice feeling. It's like, it's the state of bliss, if I can say it. Because once you hit that stillness, it's just amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then do you go back to sleep afterwards, or is that the start of your day?
No, why would I go back to sleep? I have so much energy. I can't go back to sleep.
So you wake up generally at about 3:15, 3:30, and that's the start of your day when you start your yoga and meditation. And now I'm keeping you up because in India right now it's coming up to kind of midnight.
11:42.
Wow. And honestly, guys, this lady here is totally crazy. But you'll see how crazy she is.
I am cuckoo.
She is. But she's absolutely wonderful as well. Crazy when I say that with like
love.
Absolutely, with total love, because she's actually very inspiring. So do take a look at some of her Insta posts. Follow her on Insta.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, you've got to follow her
for all the inspiration you need.
She is so funny. She's so funny. And I think the last one I just saw, literally before we went live, go on, you're going to have to do that. Just do that for me once. Just do that whole thing that you just did, that whole craziness. But it's so funny. It was so cool what you just did. I'm sure you can share it on.
No. I mean, I need the dialogue with me. But the thing is, I started doing these only for fun because I just had to let off some steam. and usually people say that, oh my God, you're so expressive, and your facial expressions, they're so funny, and they're always laughing at me. So I was like, okay, let me just give it a shot. What am I going to lose? And now I've been doing all this, and then sometimes now I get DMs. It's like, when's your next reel coming out? And I was like, what are you talking about? No, we really like your reels. And then, funnily, I've been getting a lot of questions. They're like, are you going to get into acting and stuff like that? And I actually received 2 scripts.
Did you really? No.
I did. And they wanted me to be like this, play this 20-year-old college girl. And I was like, are you serious? Like, really? Of course. I mean, those 2 scripts, it wasn't going to work because they were planning on shooting it during the lockdown, and I'm like, no, I follow the rules.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But they are so entertaining.
Thank you.
If you're not following Tanvi on Insta, you must do that because she will certainly keep you entertained. I promise you she will. And some of those dialogues that she comes out with, I'm sure some of you will be able to relate to, especially like her, need to let off some steam. A very warm welcome also to the lovely Gina that's joining us, and thank you, Gina Fernandez, that's joining us from the Eagles, who's actually a very, very good friend of mine from Mumbai, who's also the manager of Tanvi. So thank you for joining us. We also have, guess who we have, Tanvi? We have Samir joining us from Italy. And do you remember last year when we were supposed to do that big Bollywood wedding?
Hi.
Yes. So Samir is joining us from Italy as well.
How are you?
That is still on the cards. That is still
on the cards.
So we still have that big Bollywood wedding to organize in Italy at some point. We are still in conversation with that unnamed couple that we're not allowed to mention. And Tanvi, you were actually on your way to Heathrow Airport, and we were going to fly to Italy together, and we had this
lockdown.
Yeah, we had this crazy
Oh,
lockdown.
man.
But
Yeah.
we will do that, and we will do that with Samir. So Samir, that's still on the cards, and that big wedding will still take place. We also have Sanjay Ragani joining us, and he's saying, Priti Raichura and Tanvi Shah, hi. And Sanjay Ragani is also somebody who I mentioned to you, Tanvi, before, who's been doing some wonderful community work with Pramod Bhai Thakur from the Jalaram Mandir.
Mandir. Yes.
Yeah. And Sanjay Ragani, he's got his own finance company in London. He's based in London. So a big shout out to you, Sanjay, for all the wonderful work you've been doing throughout the whole lockdown period, and everybody you've been supporting. And a very warm welcome to everybody else, like I said, that's joining but not sending messages. But yeah, just keep your messages coming through as and when. But Tanvi, back to you again. So you said, in terms of the lockdown, you've been spending a lot of time with yourself. You've been doing a lot of these crazy videos. You've been offered a few roles, and Nirmala actually just said, you look like you're 20. You look like you're 20.
I love you, Nirmala Ben, wherever you are. I really, really love you. Thank you so much. You will always stay blessed.
She does, doesn't she? I did before you came on live. I spoke about your beautiful hair and your locks. But what is the secret? What keeps you so young? Because you're an entrepreneur as well with everything else that you do. You've also got your own products. Tell me more about those awesome products, because I'm sure that's what's behind, along with the yoga and meditation, of course. You've got your own.
Okay. I don't use that many products on my face, but it's the yoga, it's the meditation, and I think it's kind of it sounds a little creepy, but I do oil pulling in the morning. So keeps oil pulling.
What's that?
So you take a little bit of oil. I use coconut oil, and then you swirl it in your mouth.
No way.
For about 15 minutes.
Okay.
You keep swirling it, and then everything starts hurting, and it tightens your face.
Really?
Yes.
No.
But you don't swallow the oil. You don't swallow the oil. You spit it out.
Spit it out. Okay. Now, so that's a really good tip for all you brides out there, maybe, that are planning your wedding and who are planning to get married.
It is a very important thing in Ayurveda, and it kind of cleanses your system. And once your system is clean, it everything, it tightens. It's like you don't need Botox, honey.
I was just going to say, so it's like you don't need Botox. You've just got to swirl some coconut oil, like organic oil. Is there anything?
Virgin coconut oil. You just go. Plop.
Really?
Yeah, like your what do you call it? How can I forget? Your mint, your mouth freshener.
Yeah. Okay, mouth fresh. Okay, yeah. So just swirl it like that and then spit it out.
Yes, but you have to keep. I usually take about 10 minutes, and everything starts hurting. In the beginning, oh my God, your jaw will be like,
wow. But what does that taste like? Like a lot of oil in your mouth. That must feel.
It's nice. It's coconut oil. It's not castor oil.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, not castor oil.
So, and then it's good for my throat. It's good for my voice, and it cleans out all the dust and dirt particles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's, you know what, I'm gonna go and get some straight after this. From the
But you always have to do it in the morning. Never do it at night.
Oh really?
It's the first thing you do it in the morning, and then you brush your teeth.
Okay, I will definitely try that.
I can't believe I'm saying all this on like a live.
Look, you're amongst friends. You're amongst friends. Actually, talking about friends, do you remember we have Anisha joining us? It's Nayan and Anisha. Now, Nayan and Anisha, you know exactly which couple I'm talking about. They're going to get married in a few weeks' time. It's a postponed wedding. This is a wedding that was supposed to have taken place last year. And if you remember, when Anisha and Nayan came to see me, we were planning a Spanish themed,
Right, the wedding, yes, and even the desserts and stuff were like all,
Yeah, yeah.
very.
They're still gonna have like those desserts. Unfortunately, can you believe? I'm not going to give out the date because it is in the public domain, but they're here joining us here today as well, and they're both saying hi.
Oh, hi, ¿cómo estás?
Yes, there you go. Look, you can now both communicate because they love everything about Spain and they love everything about Spanish culture.
Okay.
And we were trying to work out how we are going to be putting on a bespoke Spanish themed Indian wedding. Now, these guys, have been waiting very patiently for the last year. And now in the next few weeks, we're planning their wedding to take place. But I know, Tanvi, you not only sing like amazing Bollywood, you sing amazing songs in all languages.
Well, yes, but remember we were talking about like the Sangeet, like when we were discussing and you mentioned this and then we. Okay, so this is a dedication for them. Okay, just something just fun. Okay, so we did think of going into like a despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito, deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito, firme las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito. Despacito. That was for you.
Oh, how cool! And she's just saying, "Oh my God, that's come from Anisha." Like, she just put it on the screen, saying, "Oh my God!" And that was especially for you guys because I know they've been going through so much stress, canceling, reorganizing, canceling.
Right.
Now we're going for it. We are going for it, and I'm so glad you've been able to make that special for them. And
I think Anisha likes a lot of Bollywood music. If I'm not wrong, if I remember right.
Anisha likes Bollywood. We have some other clients who like Bollywood, like we have, and I don't know if they're joining us right now, but we have Ria and Rahul.
The doctors.
The two doctors that have been working endlessly throughout the lockdown, who are also getting married in the next 3 weeks. Like I said, I won't be sharing their exact dates, but they are also getting married. And you know, Ria, when I spoke to Ria, also known as Trisha, the first thing she said to me is, "Priti, do you like Bollywood?" And I said, "Ria." And that was it. Me and her just spoke about Bollywood for about 2 hours before we even started to talk about her wedding. And she was like, "Right, we're going to get on just fine." And do you know, this morning, her mum messaged me, and I don't know if June is with us as well. June, if you are, do say hi. So I can see who's joining us. June, who's Ria's mum, also confirmed that Ria is absolutely crazy about Bollywood. So you can imagine what the wedding is going to be like. And again,
good.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to dance because of the government restrictions. But there's no reason why these frontline amazing doctors who are getting married in the next few weeks can't enjoy one of your songs. So over to you, Tanvi.
What do you want? Like a wedding song?
Or
a love song?
I think definitely a love song, because when Ria mentioned that she loves Bollywood to me, she also kind of mentioned Rahul's name, and she said to me, and we were just having a bit of a giggle on the phone, and she was saying to me, "Don't our names sound like Bollywood stars, like Ria and Rahul? You know, like it's just like a Bollywood film, Ria and Rahul, Ria and Rahul." Yeah, so it's just going to be so awesome, and they're having a Bengali Hindu wedding in a beautiful. It's going to be at a very beautiful venue in the next few weeks. So I think you should really dedicate a song to them.
Okay.
Also to all the doctors out there.
All the doctors out there. Okay. मेरे दिल ने चुन लिया ने तेरे दिल दिया रहा तू जो मेरे नाल तू रहता तुर पे मेरी आसा जीना मेरा हुण है तेरा कि मैं करा तू करे एतबार मेरा मैं करा इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तो यूं जान मेरी मैं तेनू समझावा की ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी. That was for you.
Oh, you know what? You're not going to be able to hear all the claps, but guys, do give her a clap wherever you are. And lots of love hearts. Send all those love hearts because Tanvi will definitely be able to see them straight after the show. Wasn't she just so cool? That was
Thank
just
you.
so
Thank you.
lovely. And
Thank
Nirmala
you.
is saying good luck to all the couples. And she's also saying she absolutely loves your voice. Well, who doesn't? Sharmila Chauhan's also joining us. Neeta Mistry, who's the groom's mom.
Oh, wow.
Just said beautiful, so thank you. And she sings beautiful, and she's also beautiful herself. And you've heard all the secrets how she remains looking like a 20-year-old. We have Chanda Ben Vyas also joining us, and she's saying sing more, and she will be singing more. Chanda Ben is a female priest. You don't see many of these female priests, but she's a female priest and does an absolutely wonderful job at some of the weddings that we have done, and I've had the pleasure of working with her. And in fact, Sono Ben, who I mentioned to you earlier, who's a celebrant and has won many awards, she's like, I have a guitarist playing Spanish music. So she's actually married to a musician herself, would you believe?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and in fact, Sono Ben, correct me if I'm wrong, but you also sing. So there, you're among a superstar here today. So that's really cool. And so going back to you again, Tanvi, where did you get your inspiration from? I mean, it's coming up to midnight. In fact, it's going to be midnight very, very soon, and you're still singing. And you're still going to wake up in about 3 hours to do your yoga and meditation.
Well, not maybe 3 hours, but about 3.5, 3:45.
I'm not going to let you sleep. We're going to do
Let's have like a virtual concert right now.
I'm just going to keep you up. We're all enjoying it. We're just like starting our evening here. The nice warm summer's day here in the UK.
No, but it's just that I think we just have to feel it and do what makes you happy at the end of the day. I've done my bit of like, I need to run after this, I need to run after that, but now I'm doing things that make me happy. I'm doing things that make my soul happy. And at the end of the day, when I put my head down on the pillow, I'm like satisfied. There's a sense of satisfaction that, okay, I did this. And I'm not pushing myself to, kind of be a part of the rat race. I don't want to be a part of the rat race.
Yeah.
I'm very happy at this point, and I just want to keep singing, and I want to keep designing, and I want to keep formulating. Basically, being creative. I think that is what kind of helps me flow. And keeps me sane.
Yeah, well, no, absolutely. And you've got the talent. So from what age did you know that you could sing and make a career out of this?
Well, then I would have to reveal my age, but no, I started. Good, very good question. But no, I'm not a trained singer. My training started after I started singing for Rahman sir, and I that was the time. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it was like divine timing or divine intervention, and this was thrown at me. And I used to sing for fun, like, karaoke, stuff like that, what you sing at home, bathroom singing, if I'm allowed to say that. But I was just one of those. And then, but I think he liked my tonality, he liked my the way I did my voice modulations and stuff like that. So that's how I got into this. And I didn't want, when someone at his level throws something at you, I didn't want to disrespect it and kind of be like a one-off singer.
Sure.
I was like, okay, maybe I do have this talent. Maybe I can work at it. Maybe I can learn something. And for me, I think that is another side of me where I'm always wanting to learn something new.
Sure.
So I started doing Western classical. I gave my Trinity College exams, qualified, like I finished my 8th grade and I'm a qualified opera singer. So stuff like that.
Opera singer. That is awesome. You know what's coming next. I mean, that's cool. That sounds awesome. How many of you guys that are tuned in right now want to hear Tanvi sing an opera song? I mean, that would just be amazing. It really would, because especially in the current climate at the moment, with going back to weddings again, we as wedding planners are also thinking of new ways in which we can have our guests at weddings. How can we keep them entertained? And of course, like we've said, you've already done a few weddings for me, a few wedding receptions.
Right.
Virtually, you've been there on the other side, and you've had your whole kind of team with you. And it's been an amazing surprise for all the guests that have attended. And then appears Tanvi on the video. It's been really magical. And then we've had the fireworks go off from like the DJs as you appear virtual screen. I mean, really magical. Now, again, going back to that, how cool would it be to have you singing an opera song at one of the wedding receptions?
Well, yeah, I mean, where I've done usually we like sometimes we've done like an Andrea Bocelli kind of thing. Right now, because I haven't practiced it in a while, I'm not going to touch Andrea Bocelli because usually, it's kind of tough. But I do have an Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, et benedicta tu. Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to do that for you again because that is just awesome.
Thank you, but I think that the mic is not that, it's not, good enough to carry the...
Like, look, everybody's kind of saying, wow. And in fact, Samir, who's from Italy, that's joining us, his wife, who's Italian, is also an opera singer. And now that we know this, now that we know that you can do that as well, when we finally get around to doing this Bollywood wedding in Italy that we're supposed to be organizing,
we should do a duet.
You are going to do. You don't have a choice. I'm telling you, because she is awesome as well. I've heard her sing when I've been in Italy on a number of occasions. Italy's my kind of home.
I know.
I'm hanging out there with my brother Samir, and we've always, we've got loads of weddings planned and postponed and planned. But when we get you over as well, because we don't want you to do this virtually. Eventually, we want you to be there live with us. So that's so cool.
It would be so beautiful. I mean, like even doing like a Pie Jesu, at a cathedral and stuff like that. That would be awesome. And maybe at some point you could, I could sing with Andrea Bocelli.
Oh,
come here, work your magic.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just put, wow, you sing opera too. Look, I did warn everyone that she's a lady of many, many talents. And, not only has she got an amazing voice, she's practices meditation and yoga. She's got amazing skin, and she's just given out what we all ladies need to do every morning. So I'm sure we'll all have to go and, get some of that organic,
virgin coconut oil.
Virgin coconut oil, to swell in your mouth. So we will be doing that. But if If I was to ask you then, who is, who do you like aspire to be like? Who is your role model? Or do you have many?
Uh,
You probably have many.
I do have many, but the one person who's really, I mean, two people who I really kind of I'm crazy about. Um, Number one being Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. He was the
Okay.
first Field Marshal of India, and I just love his. I have a thing for uh, military men and the
You really
military.
are. Oh.
uh, but having said that, just the way the discipline, the dedication, the punctuality, the wittiness, I've read all his books. I've read I'm like I worship this man. I literally worship this man because he exudes charm and just it's the way he used to carry himself and stuff like that. So for me, I believe in diligence, dedication, discipline, punctuality, and you have to that makes a person.
Of course.
And it kind of, as a whole, I don't know if I get really excited when I talk about him, but
She's
uh,
blushing. Look at that. She's blushing. Yeah.
but I just wish I had met him at some point. Unfortunately, he passed away about 4 years back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That and Ratan Tata, of course.
Of course.
Of
And
course.
again, wonderful work he's doing in
Yeah.
India, helping to support all the families who have lost
Work.
their.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I read about that and really touched by that. That he's helping to support the families of the people that had worked for him and will
And
continue.
had worked for him and
And
still working for him, and so it's amazing the kind of work he's doing. And I mean, if I achieve, even if I get to 0.5% of what these two people are doing, I'm settled for life.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean that. Yeah, I mean there are some real amazing individuals in India that we should all kind of look up to and applaud and salute to. And I'm really glad that you're saying that you aspire and are extremely, I guess, inspired. By those individuals because they are amazing, amazing individuals. That is absolutely, amazing that you do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So a little bit more about your singing career. You're not just an artist. You're not just those. We just heard your amazing voice. You are a Grammy Award singer, the first Indian woman that has won the Grammy Awards. What does that
Yeah.
actually mean to you as an individual?
I think it's a blessing.
Hmm.
I'm very blessed. I do feel a lot of pressure. I did feel a lot of pressure because I was representing the women of my country.
Yeah.
I was representing the youth of my country. I was all eyes were on you. So the way you behave, the way you carry yourself, the way you are perceived by the world out there, it makes a big difference.
Of
And I was
course.
setting an example for a lot of other people and opening doors for a lot of other people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel special. I feel very special, and I'm humble and forever grateful that I got this opportunity. And I was selected out of all millions of people.
Yeah.
I got to be at that stage. I just wish I could have. It was difficult for me to handle the glamour world.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Uh,
What do you mean
yeah,
by it? What do you actually mean by difficult to handle?
I mean, the the whole, like, dressing up and
Yeah.
being fancy. And I remember I came to London to collect the BMI award. We were at the Dorchester, and everything was like, oh wow, I'm at the Dorchester. I'm like, I go for my morning walk at Hyde Park and get my coffee, and I'm like this little girl. And then they got me all dressed up, gown and 5-inch high heels and stuff like that. And
Wow.
oh my, no, wait for it.
Okay.
And by the end of it, my feet hurt so bad. I ran up to my room. I wore my running shoes under my gown.
No
I
way.
came back. Yes, I went on stage with my running shoes.
Did
And
you?
of course I had, yes, I did. And
Yeah.
so there's a friend of mine, Royce Angelo. He's got, like, an event management company in London. He was my stylist and everything. And and he goes, "Are you crazy? What happened to your high heels, honey?" And I was like, I just cannot. I was like dying. I was dying.
Wow.
And yeah, so I went to collect my award in running shoes. And yeah, I'm a little cuckoo like that. So that's what I meant, like handling the glamour world and, being all fancy.
But that's cool. I mean, I can relate to that all day long. I mean, I have no like glamorous awards like you or anything like that. But in terms of, when we're at weddings or when we're at events and we're managing the whole event, of course we have like our very stylish kind of clothes, but we try and hide what we wear on our feet because we're running around all the time, right? And
Yeah, but then you have the paparazzi and stuff like that. So I had to, like, thank God I had a trail, and the gown was long. It's fine. I managed.
And now you've just let out your secret. Everybody's gonna know. Everybody's gonna know that Tanvi wore her running shoes.
I think every time I go do a show now, they're gonna be like, "What? Are you wearing running shoes?"
Yeah. Absolutely. And actually, it's become the trend now at reception parties. Lots of brides like to wear trainers underneath their
because it's so
leggings.
comfy.
Yeah, because if they want to dance away the night, then of course they don't want to be wearing heels. You can't dance in heels. That's not dancing shoes. You've got to wear, like, trainers.
Trainers.
Yeah. And a lot of the time, it is trendy because you can be wearing a business suit, but because everybody's become very health conscious and they like to do lots of exercise and like to do lots of cooking. Of course, they like to have a business suit on with your trainers so that you can go around looking anywhere.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awesome to see that. Now, I have another client who's also joining us right now, and the name is Neha and Curtis. And Neha is also another Bollywood fan. Again, another conversation I had with Neha, who's getting married August time, and she's getting married at an absolutely beautiful venue. And I'm going to mention that venue. It's Dean Park because it's a very exclusive venue. And I was there with her at the venue a few weeks ago. Neha is also joining us. Now, Neha fortunately hasn't had her wedding postponed. She's getting married at the end of August. And it's going to be another beautiful wedding. But for Neha, she is again Bollywood crazy, totally Bollywood crazy. And what is it with all you Bollywood singers that not all of us even understand Hindi like properly, but it's something to do with the magic in your voice. It really is, because you sing all these beautiful songs in all these like amazing languages, which you sing in other, again, so if I was to try and sing Bollywood myself, and I'm just one of those bathroom singers, and then and then try and transform my voice into trying to sing like an English song, or a song in a different language, which I so wouldn't be able to do. But even the kind of the different rags that you would, where you change your voice and the
Mhm.
tonation, how you would change, and how the breathing control, you know,
Yes.
how you have to control your voice differs from each language, because
Mhm.
just when you sang that opera to when you sang the Bollywood, totally differs,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I mean, that's
Yeah.
the big secret. How do you actually master that? What's the secret?
I, okay. This I don't know if you can call it a secret, but I think it's all in your diaphragm and the way you breathe. And for me, I think understanding that I've been listening to a lot of world music since I was at uni, and my roommates were like one. I had one Egyptian roommate. I had like a Lebanese roommate. So I did go for their cultural programs and stuff like that. So I was exposed to that kind of music. So I used to watch people, and I used to watch the way you know um, study the way they talk, the body language, and what kind of whether they lisp or how they pronounce words and stuff like that. I think that also kind of helped me.
Wow.
Um,
Okay. So the
so
expressions when they're talking and the
yes,
movement of their lips.
yes.
Wow.
So I kind of understood that better, and for some reason, I've always liked music from all over, and I listen to different dialects. I listen to different genres of music. So it's helped me uh, build and learn different techniques.
Sure.
You know, like for example, for some movie, like say for example, you have Lisa Gerard singing like the Gladiator. I know Sharon, I know Shalette, no day, love on, no delitore, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's your gibberish Balkan mountain women kind of singing, and then you snap, and then I'm back in Algeria or something where I'm like Jumarani me veduatani mitmini يكتب في المجتوب ونخون هداك يا قلبي شوف هواك وين رماني فوق بحر صافي تمواج وداني مآل تبقى أريح الهو وعندك حطني وداني وساني وكلي حبيبك ما تنساه هاي زينة ما درتي فينا أنا وقلبي هوسني عليك ملكينا يا زينة ما درتي فينا أنا وقلبي هوسني عليك ملكينا. So yeah.
Wow, she's just amazing. Wow, that is cool. And so, what's the most challenging song you've ever had to sing, and in which language?
I think I think that would be Tamil,
Tamil.
Tamil or Malayalam. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Why is that?
because we really have to roll our tongues, and you really have to focus on the pronunciation and the way you. I find it easier. I'm more comfortable in Spanish and in these other
Really?
languages. Yeah, it's fun because I think I've been listening to that more,
Sure.
even though I'm like I was born here and studied here all my life. I've been in Chennai, but yeah, it's a personal thing because in fact for one of the weddings I did a mashup of Ed Sheeran and Rahman.
Wow.
um,
You're gonna do
So
that for us. You're doing that for us today. You have to
today,
give us a taster.
uh,
You have to
I'll
give us a taster.
I'll do a bit a part of it. When your legs don't work like they used to before, and you can't see the other of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheek? Darling, I will be loving you. Da, 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 da. I've forgotten the words, but
Oh,
da, 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 heart, da, 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 at 23. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's all part of a plan. 'Cause me, I'll fall in love with you every single day. Da, 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 da. Something, something, and then so honey now, take me into your loving arms. Da, 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 thousand stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud. Maybe we found love right where we are. Toda toda மலர்ந்த தினம் பூவே தொட்டவனை மறந்ததின்னா பார்வைகள் புதிதா ஸ்பரிசங்கள் புதிதா மழை வரும் பூமி மறுப்பதின்ன தொட தொட மலர்ந்ததின்ன பூவே தொட்டவனை மறந்ததின்ன. People fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's all part of a plan. 'Cause me, I fall in love with you every single day. Na 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 na. 'Cause honey now.
wow, that, I mean, come on, that is talent. That is so
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you.
If
Thank
you
you.
could sing for one person, who would that be for? If you could have, in fact, if you could have a candlelit dinner, pretend we're sitting there with a nice candle burning in the middle,
Right.
and the moon is shining, the stars are shining, who would you like to sing for? You know what I'm doing, don't you? You know I'm trying to get into that. You know you've got a queue of men lining up for you.
I have my doubts, but no,
But no, who would it be? Who would you love to sing for?
it's a difficult question. Actually, I have no idea.
I'm joking. It doesn't need to be a man. It's
No, I get it. I get it. No, I'm just shocked at myself. I'm like, what is going on? No crush?
You must have a crush.
Yeah, but I think I have two of them.
That's okay. You can share them.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering. You know that guy from Suits.
Guys, help me out here. All you people that are joining.
Donna and her. It's right here
On Suits. Anyone?
on Suits. Well, anyway, that guy.
Okay.
I'm crushing on that guy, and
Suits. No,
yes.
I don't know. Okay. No,
It's a show. It's a show, and yeah. So him, and of course Sam Manekshaw if he was here. Yeah.
Harvey. She's got thoughts for Harvey. Okay, Harvey. Okay,
Harvey.
so
How can I
Gina
forget
and
his name?
Sonoben are both saying Harvey. So okay, must be Harvey.
It is Harvey. It is Harvey.
Okay, so you have the hots for Harvey.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you could sing over a candle for him, that's it. What would you sing?
I don't know. Maybe a mix of it would be. I think it would be a mix of Hindi and some other language, maybe.
Yeah.
Spanish. Spanish.
Spanish. How did I know you were going to say that? Because I think I really did know you were just going to say that because I thought, and you know, when you were singing the Spanish song earlier for Nayan and Anisha,
Yeah.
I really, I mean, I don't understand Spanish. I understand a little bit of Spanish, but I don't
We can
understand.
save our lives. Yes, I agree with you.
But I think when you're singing it with so much passion, you can tell it's a love song, and it's weird that different languages kind of when you sing in different languages, they actually they speak for themselves, don't they? So even if you don't understand the language, you can understand from the tonation of the actual song, you know, whether it's a love song or whether it's a a devotional song maybe, or whether it's some kind of rock music, you would know that song. And
Right.
so it's a language in itself, isn't it? Music is a language in itself.
I think music is the one thing which brings people together. It's positive, and it kind of erases all the boundaries.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, any song, play any song, even if you don't understand the language. Like even the Zina song the Algerian song that I just sang.
Yeah.
You know, when the music is on, you'll have at least two people bobbing their heads and going like, okay, they're going and moving with the beat. So
Yeah.
music is so powerful. It is so powerful.
Yeah,
So that's why I think that's the reason why I survived. I stay sane.
yeah, but you've survived and you continue to survive.
Survive.
We want you to continue to survive because we want a song from you here in the not a song. We want a concert with you here, in the UK. So as soon as the borders open, we want you here. We want you to be at our weddings, at our events. But until then, for anybody who's watching, you are also offering, and I know we've got a few of them planned, but you are offering those people the virtual reception.
Virtual reception.
So anybody who wants Tanvi to be singing at their virtual, well, that's not going to be virtual, but singing at their reception virtually, that can be arranged to touch base with us because we are in touch with the wonderful Tanvi, and you've just seen the amazing talent. She can sing in various different languages, and she can really get we know that we're not allowed to dance, but she can really get the show going. You've seen, she's amazing, she's crazy, she's everything that you want. She's everything that you want at a yeah. So Tanvi, do you know how long how much time we've already taken of yours?
Oh my Lord! We see it just time flies when it's
Time
music.
flies. Time certainly flies when we're having fun, and it's been amazing having you on the show here this evening. Thank you so much. I feel
Thank you.
guilty because I've kept you up, and
I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Don't worry about it.
I was like when I was speaking to the wonderful Gina earlier, and when we planned this show, and I was like, we're gonna do it in the evening, and she was like, yeah, Tanvi will be up, and I was like, yeah, but I also know Tanvi wakes up at like 3:30, in the morning to practice her yoga and meditation. She's like, she'll be fine. And then when I see your post, I'm like, yeah, she'll definitely be fine.
She'll be fine. No, Gina knows that because today's supposed to be Ekadasi.
Yeah.
And it's a very big Ekadasi.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
So I've been fasting today, and kind of so after I finish this, I'm gonna sit and meditate for 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna hit the bed. But I'll be fine. Gina was like, "Are you okay?" are you okay? Are you gonna lose weight? What's gonna go on? Are you gonna be fine? Do you need some sugar? And I was like, Gina, calm down.
So
Is she
not
there?
only she's here, she's listening. Yeah, she's the one who said Harvey along with Donovan as well.
Oh yeah.
She's the one who knows you inside out. So not only you've been fasting without any water.
No, with water.
Within
I wouldn't survive. I wouldn't be able to sing.
yeah. So of
I
course,
have my funny.
water. Okay, she's got her Barney with her, so at least she's had her Barney. So I'm glad you've had that. But it's just been amazing talking to you again here. And this isn't going to be the last time. We're going to keep getting you on, and we're going to have
I
you
hope
out.
so.
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope so.
it's always so much fun having you on. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. And maybe just to end this on a high.
Mhm.
Do you want a ghazal or do you want like a musty song?
I want both. Why should I choose
You want both?
one? I think a ghazal would be great for Anil Bhai, who's joining us. Anil Bhai and Nash, who's joining us,
Oh
because
wow.
they've got a. In fact, this Saturday I'm hosting a program for them to acknowledge all those volunteers that have been working throughout lockdown, helping those that have been less fortunate. So they've got this recognition evening taking place this Saturday, and Anil
Wow.
himself will be singing some ghazals, and he's a huge fan of ghazals. So maybe you can do a ghazal, and for everybody that's been joining us here tonight, including DJ Amit Videra, who's just tuned in as well. So a warm welcome to you, Amit, as well. And we've got a wedding coming up with him in the next few weeks. In fact, I think you should definitely then finish on a high with a Bollywood. So a ghazal Bollywood.
I don't know if this comes under the ghazal thing, but for me it does. So I'm just going to do a line of it. But फिर ले आया दिल मजबूर क्या कीजिए राज ना आया रहना दूर क्या कीजिए दिल कह रहा उसे मुकम्मल कर भी आओ वो जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है वो जो अधूरी सी याद बाकी है. That was the ghazal for you.
That's a ghazal for you, Anil Bhai,
And
especially for this Saturday. Bollywood fast.
and Bollywood. Last musty song. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and I always my grandmom used to sing it. Okay. हो लाल मेरी पत रखियो बाला झूले लालन हो लाल मेरी पत रखियो बाला झूले लालन सिंदड़ी दा सेवन दा सखी शाबाश कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दम दम दे अंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दा पहला नाम Oh, lal meri.
Wow, that really was so fabulous. Thank you, and I'm sure
Thank you.
everybody, will have enjoyed today's show. Will have enjoyed all those amazing songs that you've sang in various different languages. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for those of you that aren't already following Tanvi, do follow her. Gina, if you can even just put something up on this chat, just with
There's a chat going on?
there's a chat. That's where all the people are messaging me. You can't see it.
I can't see anything.
In fact, Gina's just put thank you. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. And Gina just put Tanvi's Insta account on there because I think it was so cool. If all you people started to follow her craziness, because what you see here today isn't what you'll see on her Insta. I promise you, it's even more entertaining. So thank you so much, Tanvi.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Stay safe, all of you, and hope to see you virtually in the beginning and then in person at some point.
Absolutely, and we can't wait to have you down here in the UK and see you virtually singing at some of our events. And of course, there's lots of other very talented people here as well. Sonoben, you're here as well. You sing yourself, but you're a celebrant. So, if you would like Tanvi at any of your events, and of course, Samir, I know, you're also very busy at the moment organizing weddings in Italy. Again, you've already got Tanvi's details, because we are still going to be working on that Bollywood wedding that we were talking about. But thank you once again, and we shall be talking to you again sometime soon. A very good night to you, Tanvi. We should let you now sleep. I will be checking your Insta post later.
Insta post, yes. Please do.
And if you don't wake up, I'll ping you and say,
ping me, and we're like, wait, you wake up. What are you doing?
Just in case you oversleep. But thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of today's show. I know that I haven't been on, doing lives for, it's been a few months actually, but we will be back. And we will be back rather than having them at the weekends, because now weekends are getting a little bit busy. You may have seen that weddings have started, both big and small, and so have events. But I will be doing lives again, because so many people have contacted me saying, the lives have been so much fun and informative. So I will keep you informed of when the lives will be taking place. So just watch out, and maybe we'll have one again this time next week. But from me, Priti Raichura, a very good night to all of you. Thank you so much to the wonderful Gina Fernandez for sorting out today's chat with the beautiful Tanvi, who's always so much fun to have on my show. And thank you once again to Tanvi Shah for joining me here tonight. A very good night to all of you, and thank you so much for joining me. From me, Priti Raichura, good night and God bless.